All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasum Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. It's going down today. I was about to say tomorrow, but today is well, of course, it ain't a real day, but we got to break that down too. Thinking like the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, motherfucker talking about it's a new day in the middle of the night. Ain't no sun even rose. So it's not technically a new day, but okay, tomorrow we talking with today. We talking about the three wicked sons of Abraham exposed. That's right, it's going down. General Sarah soon said he most definitely gonna be dropping that heat. I want you in the house. GeneralSeti.ticketleap.com. We're gonna be dealing with Serapis worship, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, all of that wrapped up. Of course, I'm gonna be digging in my treasure chest. When you got that many, you got three, then you know it's gonna be nothing but gems and jewels. Nothing but gems and jewels, because you got a lot, time for each one, which means, that's, ain't nothing but gems. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but gems, because you talking about 2.5 hours. You giving for, maybe 40 minutes per religion. And so with 40 minutes, man, I could, man, nothing but gems. You know what I'm saying? For each religion. So you most definitely want to be in the house as we expose the three wicked sons of Abraham. Is going to be one you just don't want to miss. Click that link and be in the house, family. Excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page. Y'all already know what it is: revolutionary frequency and energy. If you want to become a member, the link is right down in the video description. It says join. Click that link. You'll get access to a video introductions on the membership. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com online marketplace. 25% off selected items at this time. We're talking about official General Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies for the kings, the queens, and the children, holistic tonics and remedies, African and Kemetic jewelry. We also got home decor accessories for every room in the house. You already know, 25% off selected items at this time. Shop and save. Save and shop, family. That's right. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, talking about over 1,000 videos of pure heat. Not only do we have the 1,000 videos presented by General SETI, you also got the supplemental and also monumental and instrumental research material presentations, lectures from the master teachers, profound researchers, and we also have obscure documentaries on the New World Order. We dealing with the viruses. We dealing with global population control, and so these videos can't get access on YouTube and this, that, and the third. And so we got that for you too, family. So get on over there to generalseti.com, SETI University, and get that heat. That's all right. SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come, making noise, raising hell for liberation. And of course, Patreon is exclusive live streams where you could get a chance to see the general live, too raw for YouTube. And so most definitely get over there and get these presentations. If you get there and you see the last month or so, I just been dropping nothing but heat. Nothing but heat. So yes, and get over there and gain access to that treasure chest. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels: King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now we dealing with Thor. We got to talk about Thor, because you niggas love you Marvel comics and this, that, and the third. And And the first time I learned about Thor is through the comic books. And, I used to collect comic books. And Thor has been like the goddamn Superman of Marvel Comics since, since they created it. You know what I'm saying? He has always, retained, the most prestigious place in all of the only other superhero that had close to any type of you know place like Thor was the Hulk. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, but this was something different. This was Thor, the deity, and so yes, he is the Christ figure. He is the Christ figure in the Viking Germanic tribes. That's you got Balder, but he's a lesser known deity. Yeah, the thing is about Thor. Thor was the guardian of the deities. He was the guardian of Earth. You see what I'm saying? He was the guardian of Earth. And so he was the savior. You see, he was the savior. Now, what's crazy, a lot of people, it was once I got understanding of the 16 crucified saviors. Now, that was a book that, Dr. Ben, John G. Jackson, and a lot of people know Dr. Ben and Dr. John Henry Clark, but they really don't know John G. Jackson. And John G. Jackson was, the one that was studying the Gerald Massey's and, you know what I'm saying, and the Albert Church words and the Kersey Graves. And so, it was through Dr. Ben and, my uncle, and that I was able to gain understanding of 16 crucified saviors, and Achilles and Thor and so on and so forth. These were some of the 16 crucified saviors. Now, when we talk about etymology, and we must continue to talk about etymology, you see within the name of Thor, you find Hor, H-O-R, which is the root of Horus. You see, which is the root of Horus. But this is only assimilation. You see what I'm saying? Amalgamation. It's an amalgamation and assimilation. You see, and so again, this shows you that the Vikings had access to the ancient Egyptian information. Not that it's the same, but it gave them structure. You see, it gave them structure in order to put a religion together. And there's many aspects about Thor that, and it's not just Thor because it's 16 crucified saviors. Thor took the place of Jupiter and Zeus. In the Canaanite, he was Baal. You see, in the Hindu, he was Indra, okay, which was Indira, I believe it's Indira, which is the god of thunder, even in the Hindu. And so many of these gods were, technically the same deity. You see, but see, the thing is, Horus wasn't a storm god. He was the oddball out of that. That just show you that, see, you got two different peoples. They usurping, but the deities that they worship are totally different than the deities that we worship. You see, now where Horus was a sun god. You see, he was a solar deity, and the white people not gonna worship no sun. So we need to get over that shit. Even when you look at the etymology of they sun deities like Helios, people don't understand who was a Titan. He was the first before Apollo. See, Apollo was the god, but the Titans ruled before the gods. You see what I'm saying? So the Titan of the sun was Helios. And you see hell is rooted in Helios. So you see the sun was always looked at as something that was almost demonic to them. You see, even when you talk about Apollo in the Bible, one of the names of the devil was Apollyon. I say, damn, everything that got, and you don't really look at it until somebody break it down. And I'm breaking it down for you. I did the research. Nobody, it's just, by me, consciously looking at etymology. I looked at that. I say, well, damn, hell is in Helios. And then Apollo, they calling the devil Apollyon. And then it came, because I am doing a presentation, and it's probably gonna make it to I'll probably make it tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how I feel tonight. You see what I'm saying? That, a lot of these Greco-Roman deities end up, Elohim, El, but, a lot of these Greek and Roman deities end up in the Bible, and people don't understand the origins of them. Matter of fact, let's get this in here. Let me get some receipts. Got to get some receipts. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. It's the one. Right there. Now, we went over, well, I didn't actually, but we did the 4 deities of the week that happen to be Nordic. You got Tuesday for Tyr. And so you understand that within him, you got the Satyr. You see Satyr, Satyr, Tyr. And so you see his name is also rooted in the goat god. So then you got Thursday for Thor. Then you got Wednesday for Woden. But today he's known as Odin. And people don't even know Odin, wood, Odin mean frenzy, mean, in rage. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's why the berserkers worship Odin, because his name means rage and frenzy. You see, and the frenzy is this, the type of rage that the berserkers, when they went berserk, so they was in a frenzy and shit. And so you got Freya also for Friday. You see? And so the crazy thing, we started to get off into the etymology. Let's get off into the etymology. Matter of fact, let me jump right into this, because we talked about, that Thor, his chariot well, he ain't even in a chariot. The motherfucker is in a cart. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a cart, but then some people show him in a chariot, but I believe the original is a cart. And so he got 2 goats that pull his cart, through the sky. And I believe one is symbolic of thunder and the other one is symbolic of lightning. You see what I'm saying? And so now, so you understanding that the goat and Thor is synonymous. Now, eventually, when the Christians took over, you know what I'm saying, they demonized, and they demons anyway. They was already demons, but they demonized the Viking deities, and part of the goats that was symbolic to Thor became Krampus. You see what I'm saying? Became Krampus, the old wicked, the wicked goat god. You understand what I'm saying? That follow Kris Kringle around, but Santa Claus. He started with Santa Claus, but Krampus was already there. You know what I'm saying? He was there before Santa Claus. Krampus was already there. Them motherfuckers dress up, and but I don't believe in their eyes that he was as demonic as he is now. You see what I'm saying? The Christians didn't totally turn him into something demonic, but they demons anyway. So I'm not, but to them it was a more benevolent deity, a goat deity. Nah, just like I said, that when it comes to November is a month that is heavily venerating Thor. You see, because we understand that Thanksgiving is in blot month. We talking about blot. November is blot month. Blot means BLOT is blood. Okay, and blot month means that again you coming into November. It's getting cold, and so all the animals that you got, you gonna have to cut them motherfuckers up. You're gonna have to sacrifice. You're gonna sacrifice some. You're gonna salt the rest of that shit down, and you're gonna store it. That's what you're gonna live off of through the winter. You're gonna keep enough animals so you can jumpstart, the springtime, get your animals going, and so you keep enough. You see what I'm saying? And the rest you gonna cut up, you gonna sacrifice. And so, many of the deities were celebrated during November block month. And Thor was one of the greater deities. The only other god that would have received as much veneration as Thor would have been Odin, his father, Woden. You see, and so that is the reason why Thanksgiving, and we can, and I break it down even going even deeper on that. You know what I'm saying? And, but we'll wait till we get closer to that time. You see, but understandably, not only Thanksgiving did you show y'all how, when you talk about Macy's Day in New York, that the Thanksgiving parade which is carnival, that's all it is the largest parade in the world. You see, and you see how they did it, how they bring at the end of Macy's Day, the Thanksgiving parade, who do they bring? They bring Santa Claus. But you see, Santa Claus is Thor. Aspects of him is Thor, aspects of him is Odin. See, the thing is what you have to understand, that the Catholics, what they do is they are in amalgamation. They assimilate. They let you keep your deity, but they create like a saint. You see, they create like a saint, and they let you have your deity, and they can have, and it can still be attributed to Catholicism. Aspects of it is attributed to Catholicism. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes down to the get down, they try to say that Santa Claus, that's the Dutch version, and Santa Claus, and it's all aspects of St. Nicholas. Now, when we get down to the get down, what people got to understand, there never was a St. Nicholas. Okay, I just want y'all to understand that. I did all the research, and when I come to that time, I presented it straight from the Caucasoid that they didn't even have records of St. Nicholas until after 200 years after they say he lived. They never had no documentation from the time period, and they never do. They created him out of thin air, and they say they got books talking about how the Catholics have created so many saints that they don't even know how many they got. Millions. They got literally. They you know what I'm saying? So, but when you think about it, and I always question motherfuckers, I say, even if you take the story of St. Nicholas, he was a man. You ain't got no motherfucker. Santa Claus, they talking about, he knows when you're asleep, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good. What motherfucker gonna know when he knows if you've been bad or good? He knows if you sleeping. He knows if you're awake. What motherfucker gonna know that but God? That ain't no goddamn man. That's a God. You see what I'm saying? He's a God, And so we got to quit, and motherfucker flying around the world, dropping presents off, you a goddamn, you can't, what's that motherfucking, what they call that motherfucking, what is it? It's a jet plane that them motherfuckers got. I know they got the Concorde. The French had the Concorde, but this what's this motherfucker? The Raptor. God damn it, if Santa Claus was in a Raptor, he wouldn't be able to get around the motherfucking world that goddamn fast to drop. So this is a motherfucker shape shift and shit, slide down the chimney. He's a fat motherfucker, but then when he slide, and then not only do he slide down the motherfucker, then he fly back up the motherfucker. You see, we don't look at this shit. This is it. So really what we trying to, these is aspects of a god. So we talking about Thor and we talking about Odin. Now, again, let's look at this. Now you see that we'll just say chariot or the wagon of Thor being pulled by two goats, and one is I believe thunder, and the other one is lightning. They got a German name. Now, when you get to Macy's Day Parade, I want y'all to look at this shit. You see Santa, right? You see Santa at the Macy's Day Parade and shit, and then you get up close on his motherfucking his sleigh, right? You get up close on his sleigh, and you see the goats. You see what I'm saying? You see the goats of Thor. You see the goats of Thor right up there. Now, and you got to understand that, when you talk about Thor and his goats, it's in one aspect of it is Saturn and Pan. You see what I'm saying? Thor and his goats, Odin, Saturn, and Pan. You see what I'm saying? Santa Claus and Krampus. You see, these is different aspects of that same energy. Now and even the Capricorn and shit. You got the December. In Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. You see what I'm saying? And so and Saturn is the GOAT. He's the GOAT too. You understand? They depict him in the GOAT. So they hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? Hand in hand. And so we understand that when you say Capricorn, but see, people don't understand. That's why I go back to Thanksgiving. Because one of the main symbols of Thanksgiving is the cornucopia. What is the corn? That's the goat horn. The cornucopia is the goat horn. Look it up. You see what I'm saying? Capricorn. So it's all, is goat worship, it's Pan. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at Saturn and Pan, you look at Thor, Odin, and his goats. You look at Santa Claus and Krampus. And also Jesus and Lucifer. It's the same. It's the story over and over. And like I say, and I can prove it. Many aspects of them. That's why they show Jesus with the hood. That's one aspect of them same deities. You see, now one of the names, and now this is another, and people don't know it. One of the names of Odin was Grimnir. Grimnir, Grimnir. Grimnir. This is where the word grim come from. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit is grim. You nigga is looking ugly for you. You see what I'm saying? This is a word that come out of his name. It's not vice versa. No, this is a name. This is a word that come out of Woden's name, Grimnir. Now, hooded one is also Saturn. He's also wearing the hood. You see, Saturn wears the hood too. I got many depictions in Roman where he wear the hood, and that's why he became the Grim Reaper, who also wears the hood. Saturn is the Grim Reaper. You see what I'm saying? And he wears the hood. Now you'll see the Grim Reaper, Ebenezer Scrooge. He come at the end and show his ass, and so you'll see the Grim Reaper in Halloween, but that's Saturn. That's Saturn. That's who that is. He wears because you'll see the Grim Reaper with what? The sickle. You see, he come, but then in the Bible, Jesus said that he's the reaper. He's the reaper. It says it, that's the term, and he comes with the sickle. You see what I'm saying? Nonetheless. So these deities is in actuality just different aspects of the same energy and frequency. So you see that again, a Thanksgiving Thor, Thursday Thor. Now this is one of their most venerated deities. Thor, they love Thor now. You see what I'm saying? Now in his name, and I'll show you some more showing you that, that Santa Claus you see right there, you see the goat, that's Thor. You see what I'm saying? That's Thor. And they put it there to let you know that's who they is. So they bring Santa Claus on the end of the Macy Day Parade on Thanksgiving, because what? It is the veneration of Thor. But because they can't have him out there venerating a pagan deity like that, they bring you a pagan deity in the form of Santa Claus, who's supposedly Saint Nicholas. You see what I'm saying? That's their way of getting away with the shit by saying, oh, it's Saint Nicholas. You see? And so now when you see Thor here, you see him with the hammer. But see, also Santa had a hammer. You see, because he was a carpenter. He made the toys and this, that, and the third and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so they fooling you. They fooling you. You understand what I'm saying? You're into Nordic goddamn worship and shit. And you know what? Listen, and I know our people, they want to have nice things. I'm not knocking them for that. You know what I'm saying? And I know, that, during some of these times, you get together with family, and I'm not knocking that neither. I know how but see, that's the elixir that keep you in there. You see what I'm saying? That, it is, it's some good, but that's the cheese on the trap. We don't understand that's what it is. That's the cheese on the trap. You know what I'm saying? And the baby's gonna like it. They want toys. Ain't nothing wrong with children wanting toys, but that's the cheese on the trap. How long we gonna say where we could create, holidays that venerate our liberation and still have those same aspects. We don't have to have these Cro-Magnon deities and shit and this, that, and because we incorporate things in it that we shouldn't have a problem with. But that's the cheese on the trap. And that's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? We got to stand on that square. That's not an excuse. So at least be open about explaining that. You see, even if you're in, and you out and you celebrating some this, that, and the third. If you celebrating family, ain't nobody gonna fault you for that. If you have them, but if you bringing home Cro-Magnon Neanderthals and putting them on your wall, and you understand you got all type of symbols that you don't know nothing about, nigga, and we can't do all that. We can't do all that. And we try, we do it, we say we do it for the children. A lot of times we do it for ourselves. We don't do it for the children. We be doing it for our goddamn self. You see what I'm saying? And so again, Santa with the hammer, he's also a carpenter. And just like Thor, you got the dwarves. He got the dwarves. He got the elves. You see what I'm saying? And see, a lot of people don't even know that in elf, you get El, the god El. You see what I'm saying? And people don't understand when you look And I show y'all that when Jesus was the carpenter too. That's right. He was the carpenter too. You see what I'm saying? And many see the same aspects. And I show that too. I show him right in there with his Joseph with the hammer. You see what I'm saying? So they all in there to say, wear the hood. And they ducking in and out because Odin was just like Jesus. He was a shapeshifter, meaning that he never came in who he was. You know, he was always like Gandalf. He was in and he was out. And that's how Jesus was. He was in and he was out. You see what I'm saying? He would always tell the people that he had come in contact with, tell nobody that I was here. Tell nobody who I am. You see this? And so that's how, and that was one of the aspects of Odin. That was one of the aspects of Gandalf. You'll see Gandalf, he just be walking. You see, he just be walking. You don't know where he's coming from. You don't know where he's going. You see? And so, yeah, and so we see again, you know, and here we see the Midgard serpent. You see the Midgard serpent, Ragnarok, and you see Thor, which is Horus. You see him at Ragnarok fighting the Midgard serpent, and here you see Set on the Ark of Ra fighting Apep. You see what I'm saying? No different than Thor's fighting the Midgard serpent. You see here Horus. Sometimes they show Horus fighting Apep. You see who is trying to conquer Ra. You see, there's no coincidence that you can have symbolisms like this. You see, but you know, this is the opening of the way, family. So we ain't, you know, we can't get it all today, but I'm most definitely opening up. And the crazy thing that, you know, in some of the words that's rooted in, now we have to understand that Thor, you know, a lot, you know, people, and I talk about the Medunetta because a lot of them damn Egyptologists was Germans. And people don't want to, you know, y'all don't want to listen to me. That, you know, this is a Thor and Hor. I don't want you to believe that, you know, and it seems like, well, you say, well, Hor is in Thor. That don't mean that Horus came first. See, that kind of fucked people up. You see, that they, you know, these motherfuckers incorporated some of that Germanic shit into the Medunetta. You know, they equated that deity with Thor. You see what I'm saying? And even then, that's been anglicized. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it's spoken in the Germanic form, it's going to be some, you know, it's going to be a pronunciation. You see what I'm saying? A different pronunciation, but that's the god that they equated to the sun god in ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So within that Hor, because you got Hercules, you know, Heracles, and then see it could be Hor, it could be in that you get authority. You see, also Thor is in authority. You see, and so you see how that, you know, but also in horoscope. I don't want you to think that got anything, but in the aspect when you think about it, and they understand it, when you say horror, and you think about all the solar deities being, you know, demonic, Helios, Hell, and Apollo, Apollyon, the devil and shit. See, now you understand from there, you can't expect that they understanding gonna be the same as yours. You see what I'm saying? In King Arthur, you see, you know, Thor's in Arthur and the 12 knights of the round table. See, Arthur. And so even there, that's, even though his name is Thor, Thur, that's still solar, mythos. Because that's the, you know, symbolically the sun, and then you got the 12 knights of the round table, which is symbolic of the zodiac. You see what I'm saying? Of the zodiac. But some of the most wicked motherfuckers, man. And I'm gonna, you know, and like I said, I'm gonna end with this one, but when we start talking about, man, you got a lot of people ain't gonna believe this shit. Motherfuckers that's named after this motherfucker. Nah, and then I'm gonna move. We'll get black on it tomorrow. Where's that motherfucker at, man? I know it's down here somewhere. I know I ain't let that get away from me. There you go. Here we go. Now you see right there the omen. You see, but Thorn. This motherfucker named Damien Thorn. Thorn is named after Thor. That's what it means. Thorn. Thorn is Thor. That's what it is. If you look it up, that's what it means. And it was symbolic to Thor. You sometimes you get the oak tree and this, that, and the Thor. But thorn is an aspect of Thor. You see anybody, TH, and if that's your name, I'm sorry that I had to expose you that way, but that's what happened when we named after the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. So Damien Thorn is also an aspect of Thor. And this crazy bitch here, if y'all ain't never seen this crazy bitch right here, Elizabeth Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory, who they call the Blood Countess. Her name is also rooted in Thor, Bathory. And they say this crazy bitch killed over 650 women and children. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all not familiar with this bitch, they say she's the most prolific serial killer in all history. You see, unless you talking about somebody, motherfuckers like Hitler and all them motherfuckers that just killed. But we just talking about a sadistic motherfucker eating motherfuckers and shit. And so they say Elizabeth Bathory, aka the Blood Countess, is said to have killed and tortured around 650 young girls. She used their blood to bathe in so she can keep her body forever young, which she failed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why she probably was killing, because she was so ugly and shit that she had to kill and never was able to obtain none of that what she was trying to achieve. Okay, she was never brought to trial. But what they did do to her ass, when they found out that she had been killing all them young girls, they damn what they did, they locked her up in the castle. They sealed the castle off where she couldn't even move around the castle. They damn near sealed her ass up in one room, and they would open, and put food in the motherfucker and this, that, and that's where she died. But that just show, some of the most wickedest motherfuckers, with this motherfucker's name, Thor. So and I'm gonna get off into it because a lot of motherfuckers, if you ain't hip to the one guy that's in the Bible, have y'all ever heard of Ben-Hur? Ben-Hur, that her Hur, that's Thor. That's rooted in Thor. Now that just show you, that it it goes deeper than what you want to believe. And so, family, again, we waking up our people. Etymology, we waking them up to the deities out here in this goddamn. Uh, uh, uh. She's not on the serial killer's birthday list. Yeah, Arthur too. Arthur, you know what I'm saying. I didn't put it in there, but it was, when I looked it up, it was there. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? Yep, that's rooted in Thor. It is. There's no doubt about it. And so, family, we ain't done this. The season is just beginning. I'm just opening up the treasure chest. And so, as we move forward, this shit is going to be explosive and all the way into goddamn Mardi Gras. It's gonna go all the way to Mardi Gras, all the way to Easter. You see what I'm saying? So, family, y'all just stay strapped in because it's gonna be a hell of a ride. Thank y'all for being here tonight. We'll get started again tomorrow. This is General Sarasun Seti. Get your ticket. The Three Wicked Sons of Abraham exposed. It's going to be a powerful, powerful presentation that you just don't want to miss. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.